Imagine this: you sit down at your desk with a single clear intention. You open your laptop to finish that one report or send that one email. Within 3 minutes, you are looking at a pair of hiking boots you do not need or reading a Wikipedia entry about a cold case from 1984. Your coffee is still hot, but your mind has already traveled 3,000 miles away from the task at hand. This is not a personal failure or a lack of discipline. It is the result of an environment designed to shatter your concentration into 1,000 jagged pieces. Every notification, every open tab, and every buzzing device in your pocket is a targeted strike against your ability to think deeply. Today, we are going to rebuild that ability with a structural reset you can repeat every single morning. Your attention is being pulled apart by two specific enemies that work in tandem to keep you busy but unproductive. The first is context switching, which is the high cost your brain pays every time you jump from one window to another. Scientists have found that it takes roughly 23 minutes to get back into a deep state of flow after a single interruption. If you check your phone once every 15 minutes, you are effectively living your entire life in a state of cognitive recovery. You never actually arrive at your full potential because you are always restarting the engine. The second enemy is emotional noise. This is the low-level anxiety that hums in the back of your mind about all the things you are not doing while you try to do this one thing. To beat these enemies, you have to start by emptying the container of your mind before you ever touch a keyboard. Grab a physical piece of paper and a pen. Write down the 3 open loops that are currently pulling at your brain. It might be a bill you forgot to pay, a text you need to return, or a vague worry about a project due next week. Do not type them. The physical act of writing on paper signals to your nervous system that these thoughts are now stored in a safe place. You are giving your brain permission to stop rehearsing them. This simple act of offloading creates a quiet space in your head where focus can actually take root. Once the loops are closed, you must pick one single target for the next block of time. Most people fail here because they set vague goals like work on project or study for exam. Your brain cannot latch onto a vague goal, so it wanders toward the easiest stimulus available. You need to define the next visible physical action. Instead of saying, write the presentation, tell yourself you will open the slide deck and draft the first 3 bullet points for the introduction. When the task is small and visible, the friction of starting disappears. You are no longer facing a mountain. You are just stepping over a pebble. Now you must create a physical environment that makes focus the path of least resistance. Set a timer for 25 minutes. This is your period of protected time. During these 25 minutes, you follow the one-tab rule. If you are writing, the only thing on your screen is the document. No music with lyrics, no background videos, and absolutely no social media. Move your phone to another room or put it in a drawer where you cannot see the screen. If you have to reach for it, the physical effort of standing up will give your conscious mind enough time to intervene before you subconsciously start scrolling. Make the cost of distraction as high as possible by changing the way your tools look and feel. Turn your phone screen to grayscale mode. When the bright red notification dots and vibrant app icons turn into dull shades of gray, they lose their neurological power over your dopamine system. Log out of every distracting website so that you have to type a password to get back in. Remove the icons from your desktop and hide your taskbar. You want your digital workspace to feel like a cold, empty room with nothing in it but your work. The more friction you put between yourself and a distraction, the more likely you are to stay on task. Starting is the hardest part of the process, so you need a re-entry cue to automate the first 60 seconds of your work session. This is a sequence of actions you perform every single time you sit down to focus. It might be putting on a specific pair of noise-canceling headphones, taking 3 deep breaths, or clearing everything off your desk except for a glass of water. When you repeat this ritual daily, your brain begins to associate these physical sensations with the act of concentration. You are building a psychological bridge that carries you from a state of distraction into a state of work without requiring a massive burst of willpower. Even with a perfect setup, your mind will eventually try to wander during the middle of a session. You will feel a sudden itch to check the news or look at your email. When this happens, use the notice, name, and return technique. First, notice the impulse without acting on it. Name the feeling by saying the words scroll urge or distraction itch in your head. By naming it, you move the impulse from the emotional center of your brain to the logical center. Once it is named, it loses its power. Then, gently return your eyes to the screen and continue with the small task you defined earlier. You are not fighting your brain. You are simply observing the weather of your thoughts and choosing not to get wet. Focus is not something you find or something you are born with. It is something you engineer through small, deliberate choices. By reducing the number of choices you have to make in the moment, you protect your most valuable resource. You do not need more hours in the day. You need more intensity within the hours you already have. When you protect your time and narrow your vision, you stop reacting to the world and start making a mark on it. Focus is the ultimate leverage in a world that is increasingly designed to keep you shallow and distracted. Build your system, protect your space, and the work will take care of itself.